Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome to another episode of East Meets West New Comic Day Review, man. Yeah, man, bro, no broski, but I do have Biggs in here, man. So shout out to Biggs for filling in for broski. Thank you, brother.
Yep. I don't say it as good as him.
Yo, but I am here with my other East Meets West members, man. We got Josh in the building. What up, Josh?
What's up?
Yeah. Oh, you see his bald spot. Don't worry, guys. He'll be on camera. We also have James, King of the Golden State, in here too. What's up?
What's shaking, everybody? It's King of the Golden State. I have all my hair, so we're good.
Yeah, definitely, man. So as y'all know, man, not only that we do comic book day reviews that came out just yesterday, but we also do cover fire. So we cover the list that my man Mike Morello puts up on CBSI, man. All right, guys. So shout out to CBSI again, man. If y'all haven't checked them out, man, please check out comicbookinvest.com, guys. Here you will find Mike Morello's article on Cover Fire, guys. Here this week is an interesting books that he put up. Some of them pretty badass. Some of them I didn't even know they were coming out, and some of them we talked in the indie spotlight. So definitely let's talk about these books, man. So first off, we start off with Cover Fire, man. So first book we're gonna show off is, I think it's the winner of the week. Yes, the winner of the week. And it's going to be let me see. Cover of the week. All right, cover of the week is going to be this one. Is the winner right here. Here, I didn't even know about this book until he put it up on the article. And this was Tales of Terror Quarterly, H.H. Holmes, cover done by David Seidman from Xenoscope. And Xenoscope, if y'all know grim fairy tales and stuff like that, man. So yeah, what do you guys think, man? Josh.
It's a cool cover. I know nothing about that book. I never even heard of it. I don't know.
It.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a badass cover, though. Yes, indeed. I agree with you. Biggs.
So Xenoscope, this is a perfect book to be on this edition of Cover Fire, because Xenoscope is just about the covers, right? And that's what Xenoscope is about. Cover's crazy. I mean, not knowing about the book, we really don't read Xenoscope books. So if it's just based on a cover's sick. I mean, it's crazy. Well, people's minds, what they have in their minds and they put it on paper is crazy.
Definitely, man. Man, James?
You know what? My first thought about this was the Cabin in the Woods poster. You guys remember that movie? That's the first thing that hit me about it. It's like it's out in the open space there, and it's got the Cabin in the Woods feel to it. I think it's pretty dope. I like it, man.
Yeah, I like the abstract look type thing. I'm digging it. I like it. It's like a piece of art. Like when you walk in a museum, you got your hands behind your back, just looking at your art. Yeah, admiring it. Exactly. Yeah. So I like this one, man. All right. Should it be a winner? I kind of like some of the other books that are on this list, man. Better than this, but definitely this one's a good one. I like this one. So next up we have runner-ups, man. And for runner-ups, we have Magic the Gathering issue number 1. And yes, Magic the Gathering was a hot book this week. This is the Hidden Plains Walker variant, cover done by Miguel Mercado. Miguel Mercado has been known from doing these awesome variants, store variants at that too. So this one right here, I'm digging. I'm loving it. I like the purple in here, I like the darkness. Not into Magic the Gathering. I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering. But listen, it is what it is. There ain't no hate here, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, Josh, what do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I don't really get a Magic the Gathering feel from this cover at all. I mean, I loved Magic back in the day. Now I think it's fucking stupid. It is. It's a completely different game. Man, I wish I kept my Magic cards. Different story for a different time.
Yeah.
I like the glowing skulls. I think that's kind of dope. It's kind of like what's that? I think there's a Gambit cover where like he's illuminating like all the whatever's behind him or what he's walking on. Kind of similar to this, like how all the skulls are lit up purple, like with her magic. Pretty dope.
Yeah, definitely, man. And Biggs.
Yeah, I agree with Josh. Looking at the cover is dope. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't say Magic the Gathering to me. Magic. When I think of Magic the Gathering, I think of dragons, mages, elves, things like that. Trolls, shit like that. I don't think of this, but it's a dope cover.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, how many times have we made they made covers that don't really go with the story or anything? Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah,
look for any Marvel issue.
Yeah.
The Silver Age is full of them, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
those don't make sense.
Yo, and James, what do you think, bro?
I mean, I'm with them both on this one. I mean, it doesn't say too much about magic, except for the fact that she's got like magical hands. I mean, that's about it.
True.
I mean, like there is some magic there, but like I like it. It's kind of, I mean, so far the second cover we've seen is kind of like a theme here of like an eeriness to it, and it feels like you're kind of like she's like looking at you, and you're trapped in a pit of skulls that you fell through like a ceiling or something like that, and the light's shining on her, and it's like you got nowhere else to go because everybody else fell for the same trick because you can tell with all the skulls they all fell for that.
Like a stairway of skulls.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I wouldn't read it, but it's a good cover.
MacB says she's a planeswalker. Oh, okay.
Yeah, planeswalker. Yeah,
Fuck planeswalkers.
Plain people walking.
Next runner up is going to be King Tank Girl issue number 4, and this is a B cover. And before I even read the article and I saw this, me and Mike Morello was on point because I was like, I got a what is this Garbage Pail Kid vibe off of this. I like the colors. It's just bad. To me, I like it. I like this. This is comic book to me. This screams comic book. Never was into Tank Girl or anything, but I'm digging it. Josh, what do you think?
Never liked Tank Girl. Hated the movie too. This is a dope cover though.
Yeah.
This business is killing me. I honestly didn't even know that Tank Girl still existed, like currently. But
well, now you know King Tank Girl at that, bro. You know what I mean? So there you go. Cover done by Greg Staples, guys. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, Biggs, what do you think?
Yeah, same thing with Josh. I didn't like the movie. I did watch it, but I didn't like that movie. But it does have a Garbage Pail Kids vibe to it. It's cool, and you know what stands out a lot is a cigarette in her mouth. You know, they don't do shit like that no more. So Albatross is being, you know, a little brave putting that on their cover. You know,
Definitely, man. Yeah, and the pack of cigarettes right on helmet too. You see that shit?
Yeah, the Marlboros.
Yeah. James, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I'll do one step even better. I only saw the Tank Girl trailer. I haven't even seen the movie.
Oh, there you go.
That was a hard pass for me. But no, this is a cool cover. It does have that Garbage Pail Kids vibe to it. And yeah, you need more. I mean, I much hate to stress it. You know, I want Wolverine to smoke cigarettes again, and I like seeing stuff like this. And you'll see, like, you know,
at least a cigar. Yeah,
the cigar or something. You know, but. This is
weed.
I mean, well, let's not go that far. like bright colors. I like the bright colors that stick out for this. So it's really cool, man.
I definitely dig it, man. Like how you see that fucking bomb just going off on the reflection on high. Yeah, badass. I'm digging it. Like this one, honestly speaking, I think this should have been the winner. I mean, just off, you know, the art if you're gonna do that. So yeah, man, we're gonna do some stiff competitions next, and here we have the Sumerian Iron Shadows in the Moon issue number 1, covered done by Brian Level from Ablaze Comics. Dude, Brian Level is a tattoo artist too. I was looking it up. He's a tattoo artist. I'm digging the cover. I like how he's been doing these Sumerian covers. Badass. You know, so stiff competition. I see that, and I dig that, Mike. So Josh, what do you think?
I like the zombies or whatever the hell these things are. I don't like the way. Conan, yeah. Is that But is that
bootleg?
Yeah, very Rob Liefeld to me.
You see hands and feet though.
Yeah,
you're talking about the exaggerated chest and shoulders and muscles and shit. I got you, bro. Yeah, Biggs, what do you think?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not, you know, I do like the premise of the cover, you know, like the barbarian with the female and the, you know, but the art style, I'm not really feeling the art style on it. You know what I mean? I see what Josh says, you know, he looks blocky, but then the female doesn't look blocky. So it's kind of like weird. I don't know. It doesn't go well, you know, like for this type of series, I would love to see like Joe Jusko style, painting, you know what I mean, like the old Savage Conan covers, like that style of artwork. Like I would like to see that style for these books.
And James,
he was kind of reaching for you could tell he was kind of reaching for that was it Army of Darkness movie poster vibe, you know?
Okay.
You know, I mean, the only problem was he looked like he drew the head last on the Conan there, because he drew everything else, but the head last, because it looks so unproportionate, you know. And I mean, it's okay.
Big ass body, tiny head.
Like, we saw where, like, clearly you can see where his focus was when he did a drawing, but like it's an okay thing. It's not something I like dart to and want to pick up.
All right, there you go, man. So, yes, the Sumerian Iron Shadows in the Moon #1 for a stiff competition. The first one. There's also this one here. This is a book we've been talking about in the Spotlight from when we did it, me and Biggs with Thoro and Josh on Tuesday. Here we have Death by Life, issue #1, covered by, I wish Broski was here to pronounce his fucking name, Claudio Sepulveda. There you go, Sepulveda.
Sepulveda.
Sepulveda. There you go. Whatever
Claudio,
it is.
Claudio Sepulveda.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got it.
Claudio Sepulveda.
But yeah, man. Based off this, man, what we talked about, this book seemed interesting. But the cover too is very, controversial a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm digging it. I'm liking it. I like the little skeleton, the skull, and all that stuff. And the colors on this is pretty dope. Give me like a tattoo vibe. What you think, Josh?
It's okay. It's kind of got a little, like I mentioned the other day, Department of Truth to it. Like that kind of style, especially with the fetus in there. Yeah, it's okay.
Broski said we both wrong. Yeah, Biggs, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think Claudio Sepulveda did a good job on this cover. I was saying that, during whatever you can hear from me in the Spotlight that night. It's just crazy cover. The freaking skull and the baby in the stomach and then the wings and just a lot going on. I think it's drawn well. If this is just based on the cover, I think it's a dope cover.
Definitely, man. Definitely, James.
I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, there's a lot of that like Devil's Night type of look. God, what's the is a term they use over in Mexico?
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah. Very, very similar to that. Where it's kind of like, it screams that, and it's a really cool cover.
Yeah,
I mean, I dig it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm digging it. I love this. I like this cover. Definitely, I feel like it should be stiff competition or even a run up. I like this cover definitely. Shout out to Antarctic Press, man. So, last book that we have here, and this is not even an issue. This is a trade paperback. It's gonna be Dracula, Dracula Vlad the Impaler. You know what I mean? Vlad the Impaler. Cover done by Esteban Morado, IDW Publishing. Dude, this is it's pretty dope. I get like a Frazetta vibe off of this cover. Definitely off of this retro 70s cover. What do you think, Josh?
I actually it feels like that late 80s Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. If you were into that back in the day. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of God, what's his name? I'm not going to remember. But that's what it reminds me of. It's dope. This is a trade paperback?
Yes, it is. Yeah, man. I think it was $15.99, $14.99. Cover price. Yeah. So check it out. You never know, man.
Larry Elmore, I think, is the guy's name that I'm thinking.
That's the name, Elmore. Yeah. You're on it.
Oh, there you go, man. Shout out to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, man. Well, back then when it was like good.
And Biggs, what do you think, man?
I think Esteban Maroto did a great job. Listen, when it comes to my Spanish names or Italian names, I'm gonna pronounce them in the right dialect. No, I think I agree with Josh. I think this is dope ass cover. I like all the purples and things like that, and it's good. I mean, there's not much to say. I love Dracula stuff, so yeah, I think they did a great job with this cover. Esteban Maroto, you're the man.
Yeah, definitely, man. James, what about you, man?
Yeah. It's covered by Esteban Maroto. He's okay. Now Esteban Maroto. He's the cover is it's fine. I just thought it'd be better if the picture was a little bit closer instead of super fucking far away. Because the one thing that bothers me about this cover is if I feel like it's too far away, and if it was too far away, make the moon bigger, give me a little bit more illumination, and it would make it a little bit more intense instead of this tiny little moon. And you got the horse and the guy on the horse farm. Because I can't make out exactly who's on the horse. I'd rather, if you did something like that, make the moon bigger and give it more moonlight, a little more illumination to it.
Definitely digs that, man. But that's why I kind of, like I said, I got the Frazetta feel because Frazetta is kind of known like that too. Not to do close-ups a little bit, more distant paintings,
but Frazetta added more light to his stuff.
Yeah, he did. He did. But yeah, definitely, man. That's a good one too, man. Regardless, So shout out to Mike, man, for those covers, man. Cover fire, man. Definitely to stay tuned for East Meets West on Sunday. Just check out Mike Morello's cover tunes, man. And this week he's doing some retro 80s stuff, man. We got some Voltron covers. We got some G.I. Joes, so stay tuned for that. We'll talk about those on Sunday. You know what I mean? So again, man, shout out to CBSI, man, comicbookinvest.com for that, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate Mike Morello. All right. Check him out. All right, guys, man. So yeah, so you already know, man, what time it is, man. But before we get into that, man, I want to go into the chat.
It's 8:16.
That's a funny. You did a funny.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Charm City Comics said we need a diccionario here.
Yo, man. Quick shout out, man, to the peoples in the chat, man. We got 26. I see there, man. We got Tino73 in there. We got Johnny Dakota. We got Azorus Type for Spine Ticks. We got Kenny Swag, Wilbert, Mac B1, Bricks, the Iron Geek. Comics are great. What's going on? Who else we have here? I see Shortbox Bernie's in the building. Big Remo, Peanut. What up, you bird? What up? Then we got Broski. Broski's here, man. Yeah, boy.
Broski on assignment.
Broski.
Morello Tunes, me too. Jusco would be dope. Most of the best Sumerian covers have that vibe. There you go. Morello agrees with you, man. You know what I mean? All right. Bro said now you both wrong. You got James in the chat, Charm City Comics. How he pronounce it, Broski? Broski pronounce it Claudio Sepul. What Sepulveda? What the fuck? All right, Broski.
Yeah, that's great.
There you go. Hazel Dan 1216. What is going on? Thanks for stopping by. Who else? We got here William Medina, man. So yeah, there we go. All right. So yeah, man, you already know what time it is, man. Before we do that, man, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors too, man. Shout out to Jose Gonzalez, man. Spidey's Powder Tumblers, man. Here, Jose Gonzalez's IG is Spidey's _powder_ tumblers, man. Get your custom made powder coated stainless steel tumblers, or get your wallets, get your knives, get your coasters, keychain, all that stuff, man. Just hit him up. He does YouTube videos now too, so check out his work. How he does the process is pretty dope. How he does his work over here. So shout out to Jose Gonzalez, man. Like I said, coasters too, man. So shout out to him. I need to upgrade this one with my new logo. So yeah, man. And he, awesome collection too, man. So check out his collection. His link is in the description too. All right. Next up, we have Express Comic Book Press and Service, man. This is Erod. This is everybody's press on the YouTube community here, man. We got his IG, man. His IG business IG is Express CBP. This personal IG too. Erod 212 either, man. But when you hit him up with that EMW10 code, guys. Get you 10% off with your press and services. With his CBCS and his CGC order, with his CGC order, you get 15% off only with his CGC, which is badass. So, which it was 15% off that with discount, and your EMW 10%. It's pretty dope. 25 there, I say. So, definitely do it, man. Last but not least is going to be skeletoncomics.com, guys. Shout out to Angie for this one-time code EMW10. Here you definitely get your back issue books. You get your supplies. You get your Funko Pops, you get your action figures, or whatever you see that's coming up for on FOC or pre-orders. Definitely can hit her up, man. Just an email away, and she definitely can hit you back up. So definitely use the EMW10 code, that one-time use code, and there's other codes you can use is Thoro 10 and New York Warriors, guys. All right, so those are our friends of the show, man. All right. All right. So let me just change this up a little bit, man. Hey, give me a second, guys. Give me a second now. Bam. All right, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna go into our comic book day review, man, from yesterday, which was a good week, man. It was a good week of books. I'm pretty sure each of us have some of our favorite reads that came out this week. Dude, we finally got King of Black. It was the last issue's conclusion of King of Black. Dope Venom 34 that came out this week. Let me go back. There we go. And as you see, man, we got Nocterra that we're going to be talking about. Nottingham, Batman 107. So this is just a couple of issues that a couple of books that we read from this week. First off, we're going to talk about Nocterra issue number 2. Story done by Scott Snyder and art and cover here with Tony Daniel. Dude, this here is badass. We got a first or a cameo appearance of a villain, Black Top Bill, on this one, huh?
No, he was in the first one.
He was in the first.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to speak technically, you could say it's full appearance.
Full appearance. All right.
I mean, yeah, he had a cameo in the first issue, but you saw more of him in the second issue, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tomato. I mean, if you want to,
is however you want to call it. But this issue was pretty badass. You kind of get like a backstory a little bit more about her brother and her adopted parents. And then we got to know a little bit more about these hitchhikers or these guys. What is it? The grandfather and granddaughter, right? Or there's a father and daughter. I forgot what it was. So yeah, what you thought about this, Josh?
I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was as strong as the first one, but it's still really, really good. What was it? What did I want to say about this book? You might have to come back to me. Sorry, I'm trying to finish up something for next segment. But I forget. I had a good point that I wanted to bring up about this book because it reminded me of something else, almost kind of beat for beat. And I actually didn't mind that it seemed to borrow elements, I guess I could say, directly from that. But I like where this series seems to be heading. I don't know if this book is ever going to get its financial due. But it's just a great read. If you guys aren't reading it, you need to read it. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted here.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. But yeah, definitely Nocterra 2. It's a good pickup. The Biggs, you read this one, right?
Yeah, I read it. It does have a familiar vibe to it. I kind of see what Josh is saying. I know James talked about it briefly before we went live. I can't exactly point out what it is, but it is a kind of familiar story. But I like the fact that it's not just the humans that would convert into those shade creatures or whatever. Yeah. They cats and dogs and animals also get infected, I guess.
And flowers too.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I like that content. That makes it a little different. Her character is a badass character. Have you noticed all these new books that all the leads are now female, female leads, which is, I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me at all. But I think she's a dope character so far. You know what we know, and that villain that they, not new villain, but the guy that they at the end is chasing them or whatever. They started about to chase them or whatever. He looks like a sub villain. I think there's somebody above him because somebody ordered him to get her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have yet to reveal that. Like, he's obviously, like, he seems like he's working, like he's the leader of his little group or whatever. But he says, I was paid to come and get you guys, to get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that means there's got to be somebody above him.
From what I was looking on IG from Scott Snyder said that Black Top Bill is one of his darkest characters he's created. And this is the guy who created Batman. The Batman Who Laughs, you know what I mean? So that says something about this character. So he might be the main villain, but just like you said, somebody just hires him or some shit.
Yeah, you could tell he's dark because the way he described how he's gonna kill the old man. The best way, he's like, I'm gonna kill him the best way I like to kill people. I'm gonna drag him with my car until his skin peels off, and then I'm gonna drag him slowly after that.
Yeah.
So crazy. You can imagine that. Yeah.
James, you read this or?
Yeah, no, I read both issues today, actually, including the second one. It's fresh in my head, but my immediate reaction and my feel towards this title is it's a cross between Pitch Black, Road Warrior, and Cyborg, the Jean-Claude Van Damme Cyborg. I could compare it easily to that because you're on the road, you have to go take this person from one spot to another, and it's really moves really well as far as the story goes.
Yeah, it does.
Like I said, you easily compare it to something like a Pitch Black and Cyborg, and you've got a little bit of that Road Warrior vibe. So I mean, I'm on board. I was still on board even about the secret variant. That I was able to find. So that was one of those things where it's like I don't mind the whole group of characters, like as far as like a female lead or whatever. Like as far as that goes, just as long as the story tells very well. I'm down. I'll pick this thing up like 5 times over. It's great.
Yeah, I'm all in too. I agree with you, Gene. I'm all in on this. I'm gonna keep on with the run on this. Mike, before you go to the next one, you got 2 super chats.
Yeah,
there.
that's exactly what I like that, man. And shout out to my man Shortbox Burning with the $10 super chat. He said, "Any of you guys going to a Little Giant show on New Hampshire, dude? Yeah, me, Biggs, Josh, right here in this panel right now is gonna go. Manny's going, E-Rod's going. Pressable Defects, yo. Yeah, we rolling deep, bro. You know what I'm saying? Showbox Burning. So, Arsenio's going. Yes, he is. So
yeah.
I'm
going, except I'm going, except I'm going to be walking. So I'll be walking from California all the way to New Hampshire. So I'm not sure if I'll make it.
And then we got the broski, yeah, boy, with the $5 super chat. He said, "Shout out to Biggs fan for filling in. Yeah, boy, perfect match. Yeah, boy.
You know I gotta cover you. You my broski, boy. I don't say as good as you, but
hey, yo, and with that said, man, we hit a little bit of broski. Let broski sound.
What is this?
It's Kazizu.
Yo,
no. Man, that turned out even better than I hoped.
Kazizu.
Yo, the CA is for cover artists.
Cover artists, but yeah.
Yo, we miss you,
Kazizu.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. All right, so yeah, man. Next book we're gonna go on to is let me get back to this sharing the shit. Hold up.
Okay.
All right. It's gonna be Batman 107, man. Batman 107 story done by James Tynion. The Quattro baby, and art and cover done by Jorge Jimenez. And this issue, this is badass. This is a 2-story book right here. You got to get a little bit of a backstory about what's his name?
Ghostmaker,
yes. Thanks, Josh. You got Ghostmaker, I think, first meeting with Harley in this one too. Pretty cool. I enjoyed this. What you thought of this, Josh?
I liked it. I thought it was definitely one of his weaker issues to some extent. I thought, once again with Harley, it's like they obviously just can't decide what to do with this woman. Like, they have her stuck in this like permanent limbo of like, I'm with Batman now, but like, I don't really fit in, and I'm trying to fit in, and it's like, all right, like, let's go here. Like, where are we going with this character?
Yeah, she's self-proclaiming that she's Batman's sidekick now.
Yeah, and like, I don't really.
Is that what she's doing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like how she's like, Valley Girl now. I mean, I guess she has been for a little bit, but like, I wish they would just make her just a little bit more serious. I think it would be, just much, much doper. The Batman story itself, I thought was pretty forgettable for the most part. The backup story of Ghostmaker, I thought was a little bit better, but still, like, there were parts in it that are just like, yo, what the hell is going on here? Like, with these creatures that I don't even know what the hell they are. I mean, you got one who's like Bizarro Killer Croc. But you got, I don't know, like 8 first appearances in this book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was kind of a forgettable issue for me. I mean, next issue you've got, the first full appearance of Miracle Molly.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm just, obviously they're trying to link, what's going on presently in Batman and probably other stories as well to Future State. And I just don't know how well that's going to end up playing out. I think we were all led to believe that like Future State was not like way far in the future, but like far enough in the future. And I think Future State is literally like later this year kind of future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think this was the weaker of the 2 Batman books this week, to be honest with you.
I agree with you, man. I agree, but nonetheless, it wasn't a weak read. It was not a weak read.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. Who I see here? I see Mike Beneventano. No, we have not talked about King in Black or Venom yet. We will.
I thought it was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Tech comments, what's going on? I'm just shouting out some people there, man. And Alien on YouTube, you boy, what up? So yeah, man, like Josh said, I agree. You know, this is still, it still holds up as a good read. I like still how they talk about how the Barbara Gordon and Batman is talking about placing certain things around Gotham City. Now they doing what is it, the bat signal in different buildings, so the police, you know, GCPD don't, you know, catch on. So he has, was the other two, I forgot who was the girls, man.
It's like a phone booth or something. They just play some phone booths around the
yeah,
stage.
he has Stephanie and
there you go,
and Cassandra.
There you go. Yeah, so they're taking away the bat signal as soon as it's shot up there, you know, for Batman. So it's pretty dope how they explain some of that stuff. Another thing I wanted to talk about this shit too.
What happens at the end though is like, wait, so you're sending in Jim Gordon I'm assuming that's who it is, right? To go infiltrate the Insanity Collective. Like they're not going to know who he is, you know.
But the way you paint it that way, it's kind of hilarious.
I mean, no, really, it's like,
I know, but it's just the way, like, you put it in that perspective. I'm like,
but like seriously, like the lead up to it, you know, they're talking and they're like, you know, oh, you know, this Insanity Collective, you know, and it's kind of a dope premise, the Insanity Collective.
Putting the wrong person in there for
and it's like this whole build up to like we got to plant like a mole into the organization, you know, blah 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 blah, and then the last page is Jim Gordon. Like they're not gonna know who the fucking
the commissioner of Gotham City.
Well, now it's Commissioner Montoya.
Right.
Commissioner Montoya, yeah.
You know, I gotta pick up Batman. I mean, like, I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't get on your level with this whole Batman thing because, like, you sound like you like this better than like our last week review of Amazing Spider-Man. You know, like, and
yeah, believe it or not, yeah, we'll talk about that honorable mention because I know Josh he's read it.
I'm not reading. I didn't read Batman. That's why I shut the camera off for a second to do something. But to me, Jim Gordon infiltrating something is not out of the realm because he you know, in the ending of New 52, you know, when Batman supposedly died, he took over the mantle of Batman. He was in full costume and everything. So, you know, Jim Gordon has the skills. But as far as if he's going to be showing his face, I agree with Josh. Like, he should be recognizable. You know, but if he's like a covert and it's like a whole different where they're not going to tell his face, then I think he could do it.
No. He literally
did it already.
Like to the door of like the Insanity Collective and is like, knock, knock, knock. I want to join the club.
It's like if the president knocked on the door being undercover.
Yeah, but listen, man.
Yeah, really. It'd be like, seriously, it'd be like Obama like going to like the Al Qaeda hideout and being like, hey guys, I want to join. Really? Do you really?
We kind of know who you are, bro.
Captain America joining Hydra. Yeah, but nonetheless, man. I enjoy it. If anybody can do it, James Tynion, I'm pretty sure he can do it, man. You know, so let's see. Let's give it a try, Josh. Let's give it a try.
Was it the last panel Bruce in disguise? I didn't see it. So
it wasn't Bruce. It was Commissioner Gordon. Well, Jim Gordon.
Yo, honestly, that's what I thought for a minute, that it was Bruce in disguise. I'm like, this is Jim Gordon.
And if Bruce is gonna be in disguise, why Jim Gordon? Why not somebody else?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait. Well. Okay. I just want to make sure. Like, I don't see anything that says. And he says the names match.
Like, he's dressed up as Match before.
Matches Malone.
I don't think that's Gordon, bro. That's not Gordon. No. That is not Gordon. He's dressed up as that person before, man, in Batman.
Really?
Yes, he has.
Well, then ignore the last 15 minutes of it.
Oh, shit. Yo, don't worry, man. Don't worry about it. I got you, bro. So we're moving on to the next point. Josh is crazy. It's going to be Nottingham issue number 2, man. And nobody's read this but myself here on this panel. Dope. This read here. Yo, Nottingham issue number 1 was badass, man. Y'all know, man, this takes place with the Robin Hood times, medieval times. My man Blackmore right here. It's after Robin Hood. He wants to kill him, you know. Basically, in this issue, basically, you know, there was a murder in the castle of Nottingham, and my man Blackmore's there out to figure out who's behind giving the key to, because he already assumes and knows that it's gonna be Robin Hood. So I like the part. I like the fact that there was a traitor, and I just forgot his name, the main guy or whatever. But they interrogated basically like a few people. They interrogated the dungeon guard, the tower guard, and the keymaster. And all these guys, they come up with different stories of how my man the Hood, Robin Hood, took one of the guys' mace, how he took the key, how he got around and got to kill this guy or whatever. So it was badass how they came around that story, how they went around that. And it turns out to be the traitor was the captain who was leading the way the whole time, the interrogation with my man Blackmore over here. So it's pretty dope. The concept, that's where it left off. Issue 3, I'm in it, man. It's a good read. I'm very impressed by Man Cave, man. Man Cave Comics. This is a good one for now. I'm enjoying Nottingham. So that's my review for it.
And this book is just impossible to find. I had to overpay for one on eBay, and they're barely even on eBay too, and they're going 50 plus.
So you got one, Josh, like issue 2?
Yeah, I had to pay for it.
I went through like 3 shops like yesterday trying to find it, and it's like I couldn't even find them. And it's like, I'm sure they're good. I'm sure they're great to read, but it's like I like to find them. It's like kids read them, but
yeah, I was about to go to Midtown today to see if I saw them in Midtown, because you never know, right? You never know. And I was like, yeah, I paid enough for New Comic Book Days this week. I don't need to pay anymore, man, for real. But these are selling high. But at the same time, some books like with those Bad Idea books, Tanker, and what's the other one? ENIAC number 2. ENIAC number 2, you can still get them from what I understood, because I bought my copy I think 2 days ago on Midtown. So yeah, I mean it's one per order. So
at this point, like I'm looking at the Mad Cave's website right now, and it's like, yeah, they got pre-orders for, like, you can order the second printing of Nottingham 2 and pre-order 4, and I think 3 is available for pre-order as well. So I mean, you might have to go along that route and just do a pre-order in order to read this book, because I went through several shops and you couldn't find it. Damn.
Yo, have you read Tanker, Josh?
Yes.
You agree with Sif? He says Tanker and ENIAC is
ENIAC is really good. Tanker is good. The concept is pretty cool actually, but it's still a little bit corny though. Okay. So yeah, man. So we're moving on from Nottingham, man. Definitely a good read. Pick it up. Really enjoyed it. To Geiger, guys. Geiger issue number 1. Dude, story done by Jeff Johns, and you already know Gary Frank doing the interiors and multiple dope ass covers for this issue. Dude, I enjoyed this read. Jeff Johns knocked it out the park with this one. I like the concept, bro. I like the concept of his in the beginning of a guy with his family. It's about to be basically the fucking D-Day type shit, like with nuclear everywhere, but like different countries bombing each other. And then my man takes his whole family to the shelter, and that he built himself, and people trying to kill him to get the shelter. It was, the whole concept was dope. I know, Josh, did you read most of it or half of it, or no? I read like 3 pages of it.
Okay.
Not because I wasn't interested in continuing it. I just read so many books this week, and this one unfortunately just had to fall by the wayside.
Okay, all good, man. But I know Biggs read this. Biggs, what do you think of Geiger number 1?
Yeah, I read this book. I really enjoyed it. They killed the dog. God damn it!
Right.
Neighbors were ruthless, man. They just came in straight up with their guns. Run your shit. You were probably part of the reason that they it's probably your people and us. Until they said that, I didn't know what race he was or whatever. And when they tried to take him, he put his family into the bunker that he created, whatever. They had to close it because they were at gun. The guy was at gunpoint. They shot the dog, and then boom, the bomb came. Right. So
yeah,
now you see how the world is. They have these groups out looking for shit or whatever, and all of a sudden you see the character. At the same time, you can't tell it was him. You couldn't tell it was the same guy. He ended up surviving the blast. The nuclear blast that happened, and then until they try to get where he's fortified at, and then he just all fucking glowy on them shit, and he turned into that character that we see in the other covers. And what was cool about it is that he's still guarding the door to his family because they're still alive in there. Because remember, they could live out there for as long as they had to. Remember, that's what he said in the beginning. So don't worry, I'm gonna open this door. You can't hear me, but I'm gonna open this door when it's for you guys to come out. And I don't think it's ever gonna be safe for them to come out. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be his whole dilemma throughout this whole story. So I'm interested to see. I like it. The artwork is dope. Like you said before, Doomsday Clock vibes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It has that artwork style, which is nice and clean. And Jeff Johns knows how to write a good story. I've read so many of his stuff in the past that I always enjoyed. So I'm in on this. I'm in on this digitally. I'm not gonna be, Comixology. I found it, but I did some today, and I'm really enjoying that format. So I'm gonna stick with it.
And then just to add on a little bit with the Geiger issue number 1, man, they got like a vibe of going back to like a little bit with kings and queens, right? Because there's a king now or whatever. This whole place takes in Vegas. I thought that was dope too at the end when you saw the Vegas sign and shit. So there's a king in Vegas over there, and he wants basically what Geiger his territory basically. So he got some beef coming through, man. My man over here, yo. So I'm interested to see what issue 2 brings.
Let's see how powerful he is.
Exactly, man. So good job there, Jeff, man. All right, so we're moving on from to Geiger, and then we're going to Bam.
That's right.
Venom 34.
You said if Biggs digs it, I'm in.
Yo, how is Batman Future Son or Second Son not on this list?
Bro, because I didn't have no chance. It's about 6-5 books, bro. You want to read the whole damn comic book list?
Yeah, well, it should have been. It was good. It was really good.
I don't know. Well, we're talking about right now about Venom 34, man. Venom 34, it's almost coming to the end. Issue 35 is the end of Venom 200. Dude, this was a good read. In this issue, you found out my man Venom get the power of the God of Light. You got a nice appearance of my man Flash Thompson as a dragon. And then at the end, coming back. He's coming back from the dead, baby. My man Flash Thompson. So it was good to see those characters coming back. And my man Venom turning into the God of Light and seeing and the art on this shit was Ryan Stegman. Yo, he's the man. He's the man on this shit. This and King in Black, man, his art is amazing, man. So shout out to Ryan Stegman. Josh, what do you think of Venom 34?
It was okay. It's a nice little lead up to King in Black 5. Not much really happens in it other than exactly what you just said. And it's kind of drawn out over maybe too many pages. But yeah, I mean, in a way, it's nice to see Flash coming back. But like, not to go on a tangent here, but it's like, this is why I feel like comic books, like, nobody can ever be like 100% invested in like Marvel or DC books when you can't leave somebody dead. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just so much more impactful when somebody dies and they're not coming back. You know what I mean? So to see him come back, like I can almost, actually I won't even say that, but like I wouldn't be surprised if you see the next Venom, main run is going to be him again, Flash.
Okay. There you go, man. There you go. So I definitely enjoyed this, man. I can't wait to see how my man Donny Cates is going to conclude his Venom run, because he's been killing it from day one to now. So it's a good way to go, man. Good way to go. All right. So next up, and I think the last book is going to be King in Black number 5, man. This has been one of the hottest books for Marvel for a few months already. King in Black number 5. You already know Donny Cates is also doing this, and Stegman is doing the art on this. What do you think? Let's go with Biggs. Biggs, what do you think, bro?
I enjoyed it. I read all the King in Black. I haven't read Venom, so that's why I didn't, say anything when you were talking about the Venom. I just read the King in Black series for the King in Black series. Just let me just tell you what stood out for me. Parts I thought was dope. I love the merger of Thor's hammer and Silver Surfer's board. I like how he was able to call the hammer out of Thor's hand. I think that shit was badass when he did that.
Yes.
I like how he merged them into a new weapon. Fucking I like how Gates was writing the talk between Venom and Null, and how Null was describing that darkness is always here because darkness is here. It's not chasing anything, right? If you think about it, light is always running towards something. So when you turn on the flashlight, right? Think about it. Light hits. It runs at the speed of light. It has to cover the dark so he's there, but Venom is letting him know, yeah, that is true, but it does not matter. You know what I mean? Because he's more powerful, basically. You know what I mean? And then there's not really much for me else to say on it, but I like how the ending turned out. This whole time you're reading King in Black and you're thinking, okay, Nola is the King in Black. No, fucking Venom is the King in Black. You know what I mean? You can hear me? You coming out a little bit? I'm coming out a little bit.
You're good. We can hear you. No, you're good.
I think it's a delay, but we hear you.
That to me is like the icing on the cake right there. This whole time we thinking Nola's King in Black. No, it's fucking Venom is the King in Black. You know what I mean? And that whole scene with his wings coming out and then all the symbiotes being freed and they can think and move on their own. They want to follow him. You know what I mean? That's their king. You know, that's fucking awesome. I thought it ended really well. You know what I mean? It's been a while where I read a story where it was like, oh shit, that shit is dope. You know what I mean? And I like the fact also how he's like, I'm not alone neither. I have all these people. You see the X-Men, Cap, Spider-Man, everybody just like, you know what I mean? And then even Null was like, oh, Dylan is still going to have part of him, but nah, I know that, motherfucker. I'm going to take it out of him too. And it ended well. I think it was good. I have no complaints about this. Artwork story was dope. All 5 books to me are dope.
There you go. Josh.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this book. Like part of me likes it. Okay, I know the spoilers got leaked a couple days ago and they were pretty much spot on. And part of me likes it for sure, but there's a part of me that doesn't like. I kind of feel like, in a weird way, this last issue was really rushed. It's like, okay, here comes Eddie, he's back. Okay, no, now all of a sudden, I'm stronger than you, and let's fly you into the sun.
When he flew in the sun, they fucking toasted the mother. Yeah, that was a pretty badass moment right there.
It's a cool moment, but I just don't know if I like the outcome. I mean, obviously, I think it's he's not dead. He'll be back. I mean, he even says so pretty much. He says Null, or Peter asks Eddie, Null, is he? And Eddie goes, yeah, he goes, yeah, more or less. So he'll be back, I'm sure. The thing that I didn't like the most out of all of this, though, is him removing the symbiote out of Dylan, or whatever it is, because it's almost like Dylan didn't have the way it was originally written was Dylan didn't have a symbiote really in him. Dylan almost was something else, or the symbiote itself. So, I thought they were going to make Dylan into something really awesome, and maybe they still will. I don't know. It just kind of leaves a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, it's well written. I mean, it still tells a good story. Did it end, how I wanted it to? Not particularly. Did I think I was going to get the ending that I wanted? No. I think the whole Captain Universe thing is dumb as fuck. But that being said, I mean, you have to read it. I'm glad it's ended. It's time. I think this, was dragged on way too long. I mean, it's been 5 or 6 months since King in Black 1. And honestly, the thing that I can't wait, the reason why I can't wait for it to be over the most is so we can stop seeing fucking Peter and his freaking mask that is ripped off right here, because I'm so sick of seeing that. But the merging of
the disrespecting Peter always.
The merging of Mjolnir and the board was, that was fucking dope. And just some of the the little blurbs Not just between Null and Eddie, but like, things like the Comeback King and things like that.
Mhm.
Just,
Mhm.
dope little
Mhm.
like touches like that make, not a great story. It makes a decent story, a little bit better. I just think Cates has a hard time closing.
I'm the opposite. I feel like I enjoyed it. I like the way he ended it. I love the battle scenes between Venom and Null. I enjoyed him as the suit with the Captain the Universe suit. How he looked, the symbol over here glowing on his. Yeah, that shit was dope. I enjoyed that part. The part when he fucking, like I said earlier, when he took him to the fucking sun and just roasted the motherfucker up there. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the 5 issues that he did. I didn't feel like it was rushed. I felt like it was properly done right from all issues, and it wasn't like a doomsday clock where it takes like fucking 5 months for each issues to come out. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
As one thing I do appreciate. So because it keeps fresh in your mind, every month, not like Doomsday Clock, because Doomsday Clock sometimes you slip up, you have to go back and read what happened, why is this happening, or all that stuff. But I did enjoy this. So yeah, man, Donny Cates.
It's going to be interesting to watch the Venom 3 sales now. I've thought this for a long time now. I think most of us probably did that. Venom 3 would drop no matter what the ending was going to be, just because it's not.
After.
Yeah, right. It's just not in the forefront of most people's minds.
In your opinion, Josh, how far do you think that might drop, though?
Not much. I don't think.
I think
it's not going to fall like a lead ball, though. That's the thing.
No. I don't think the ending of this story will make it fall any further than it would have already have fallen, no matter what the ending was. I think you might see it like the one in, the third printing, which I think you can get for like $500 again now. I think
it is kind of, that third printing is kind of like taking a hit a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised if you maybe see it go as low as like $300, $350 for a little while. So, for all those people that panic, don't get rid of him now. Now's the time to buy it, because he'll be back one day, and he will come to the MCU one day. I don't think it'll be for a long time, but
like Josh said, I feel like it will drop. It'll find a sweet spot for a little bit. And then with a character like Null, as popular as he did, for the past couple of years already with this run right here, that character he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. Donny Cates is gonna bring him back, or somebody will bring him back. So that
I have a question before you move it along.
Yeah, I got you, bro. So I feel like those books are still gonna go back up. Once he's introduced again to the Marvel universe. So this is definitely not the last time you see this character Null. No. So go ahead, Biggs. What you wanted to ask?
So the merger of the Mjolnir and Surface Board, did that ever happen before?
No.
Not Mjolnir, the board, no.
No. So
no.
Then this is the first appearance of that weapon.
Oh,
weapons
shit.
have a place in first appearances.
Yeah.
Someone else can now use that weapon in another story, and then this will become. Wait, what was the first time we saw that? It was King of Black issue 5. So, in my opinion, it makes this a key issue because weapons are relevant. Look at the Necro Sword, right?
Yep. Good point.
Things like that. So,
Stormbreak.
Yeah. So that also. And one more thing to add: when it comes to comic books, I think this book delivered on what you want from a comic book. You know what I mean? A comic book, you want multiple heroes, right? Done. Right. You want
they did a good job on that.
Climactic big battles, done. You want an ending so it could be closed, done. You want a 12-issue, 13-issue run miniseries that's taking forever, 5 and you're done. So I think it just delivered on all counts when it comes to that.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That's all.
But I agree with Josh. This is not the last time you see Null. Definitely, So don't get rid of your books, man.
He was a good character.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. He held it down, man. Beat the whole universe, man. You know what I mean? So,
Dude, that's funny, Rated Roar. Who said that? Somebody, it was either my brother or maybe Peanut. Black Winter will resurrect Null. Don't be surprised if that happens.
That was going to be my next question. It's like, what comes back first, Black Winter or Null?
I'm telling you, now that Null's over, I've been saying this for however long since Black Winter went away. Now is his time to shine. He's going to be coming now. Pause. Right. He's going to be coming hard.
That's the first battle
slow
axe.
down.
Yeah, word, man. Definitely. Good point on that first appearance in the weapon there, Biggs, on that. Yeah, because we read it and we just, you know what I mean?
Toss it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, but I said, I'm gonna wait till the show to ask that,
Yeah, definitely, man. And real quick, man, I know you had you wanted to talk about
that.
Yo, Batman, the next Batman. How was that, Josh?
Yo, really good. Surprisingly, really good. Like I was not really digging the Future State Batman. It was okay, I thought, but this, I think maybe this should have been the story for Future State. But after reading this, I kind of understand why it's not. It definitely is starting from the beginning of how Tim or Jace, which you still don't know why they call him Jace, how he eventually becomes the next Batman. It's pretty dope in here too because you also get Batwing in this, so his brother. But it's just a good story, cover to cover, and it ends on a nice little cliffhanger. With his sister Tamara being sick in Future State, she's already sick here, but she collapses. You don't find out in this issue what Tim did in his past, why his family is so mad at him and he's mad at his family. But I would expect you'll get it in the next issue. So I'll tell you this, like, I am really, really considering. I have a few copies of the next Batman. I'm really considering going back to every single one of my stores and taking every single number one that they have. This character could be around. It could.
Bold statement.
Yeah, it really could.
Okay.
I wasn't really thinking that before, but
yo, listen, you might have to pick me up one because if you said it was a good read, I wasn't sold on this one. So I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna take your word, bro. I'm gonna take your word on this.
Yeah.
But besides that, I know you read ASM. What was it, 63?
Yo, ASM 63, the best one of the 61, 62, and 63. It's a little bit of a bigger issue. It's definitely a little bit more serious than the last two.
Okay.
Barely any Boomerang in it, which is a good thing. None of Gog or whatever that thing's name is. But definitely, it's a good story about what's her name? Beetle. Is that her name?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Robbie Robertson.
Mm-hmm.
Or not?
You got no Robin.
Robbie Robinson.
No, Robbie's the
son.
father. Yeah.
I know who you told him.
But it's a really good story. It's kind of a Romeo and Juliet-esque type story in a way where, she's trying to convince him that there's the line between good and bad is becoming gray, and she's trying to
push him a little bit to
she's trying to like justify, like, oh, I robbed the bank but I didn't kill anybody, so that's okay. She's kind of coming closer to the middle, and he's thinking at the same time that he can change her, and by her doing that he's changing her. So then, he meets with Peter, and, he's telling her that he can't change her, and her friends are telling her that, he's trying to change you and you shouldn't. So it all culminates with some other bad guys coming in at the end and kind of kidnapping them both. It's a good read. It's definitely better than it was the past couple of issues.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate you bringing that to the pable because we've been reading those past two issues and they were okay reads. It's just like, I don't know, man. I was like giving up. I was like, but appreciate those two honorable mentions, definitely, man.
And then real quick, these two, I know we already talked about them sort of real quick. ENIAC #2 and Tankers. ENIAC, really good. I won't go into it. Really good read. It's I would say it's better than #1. And Tankers, again, a good premise. I wish it was a little bit more serious. It's kind of a little, it's a little goofy in certain places. But I'll definitely pick up issue #2. I'll tell you that. It's worth reading.
He just sent me his crazy peanut. All right, man. So let's grade out our books, man. I'm gonna start off with King in Black, man. King in Black, I think, ended very well. For the 5th issue, and I thought, listen, I'm gonna give this one a 9.4, man. 9.4 on this one. Very happy how Donny Cates killed it. Stegman again, man, killing the art with this and Venom. Shoot, dude, dope combo here, man. Reminds me of Snyder and Capullo. So, I'm gonna give it a 9.4, man. What about you, Josh?
Man, you're too easy of a grader, man. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 with the check mark.
Oh, you CBCS? You go CBCS style? Yeah, okay.
CBCS, the proper grading.
The firm grading. Yeah.
So, again, I like the story. It's not really the story I wanted. I won't really hold that against, it too much. Just certain things just didn't sit right with me, but it's not as bad as I think a lot of people were making it out to be based on the spoilers. So 7.5. That presents better than a 7.5.
Got it, bro. Biggs.
I enjoyed the series. I never had an issue where I hated it. All the issues had little wow moments for me. It don't bother me, the whole Captain Universe thing. I don't know why people hate him so much, They're just miserable. I give it a 9.6, and I didn't give it a 9.8 because I am tired of seeing freaking Spider-Man with his mask ripped up. So for the disrespect they always give my man Spider-Man, I give it a 9.6. I didn't get a 9.8 with me.
Yo, the other thing I'm tired of seeing is that King in Black logo, man. I am sick of seeing that logo.
I'm sick of that.
I hate banners.
Too.
I hate when they do banners. I can't stand that neither.
Facts, Josh. Facts. I know you didn't read this, man, James, man, but have you been reading King in Black?
No, I'm gonna read it all in its entirety now. Now that it's over, so I give it no grade. So it's like you're in school and you get a bad grade. It says "see me," basically.
I got you. Yeah, so man, we just talk about King of Black, man. We talk about Venom 34. Thought this was a good read, man. Good way to start, to start off the conclusion, because the next book is the last one that my man Donny Cates and Stegman is teaming up on with Venom. I'm gonna give this, in my opinion, this one right here. I'm gonna give this one about like a 7. It's still a good grade. 7 is a good grade. It was a little bit lackluster, a little bit with the action. But at the same time, the focus was on the King in Black, basically. So that's why it gets a 7 for me. But besides that, it was a great read. I enjoyed Flash Thompson making his appearance. He's resurrected, baby. You know what I mean? So I want to see what's his role gonna be. And is Agent Venom coming back? I don't know. Josh, what do you think, man?
I'm also going to give it a 7. I mean, it is what it is. It's just a little filler or lead up story. Nothing much really happens. It's still well written. Not really too fond of them bringing Flash back. And I love, Flash is great, but come on, leave people dead if they're dead, please.
Man, they're not going to do that.
Comic book, bro.
It's comics, man. They got to come back. That's the whole point.
Well, look at Alfred. Look at Alfred, man. Alfred, damn.
It's comics.
Alfred. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, Biggs. I know you didn't read this.
I didn't read it, but you know what? The cover is fucking dope on this book.
It is.
I wish it didn't have that King in Black logo on there. Yeah, if it didn't have that, this cover. Well, great job by Ryan Stegman.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got something to say about this, James?
Yeah, I didn't read it either, but I'm with Biggs on that. Like, the cover is dope, except that King in Black part there. Like, if it was a second print for this without that border, that would be a hot cover.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like the Venom silhouette in the bottom too.
Yeah,
she's badass. Yeah. So we're moving on from there from Geiger, man, and you know what? Let's start off with Biggs, man. Biggs, what's your grade on this one?
I liked Geiger. I think it started off strong. The story was good. The artwork was dope. The concept, okay, we do see a lot of nuclear things, but it was a little different with that character. Him with that glow. So I'm not gonna give it a 9.8 yet because I can't just base it off of one issue yet. So I'll give it like a 9.4. It's near mint, but not near mint plus.
Has a, it's near mint, but has some pressable defects. So you might want to crack it, press it, and resubmit it. You never know.
It's still near mint, but it's not really near mint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the 9.0 route. I like the. It was 9.0 for first issue is pretty dope. It's pretty good. Jeff Johns and Gary Frank again, man. With the Doomsday Clock with Geiger, that duos they click. Sometimes when you get an artist and a writer and they just kill it, man. Because even in the word bubbles, some of the word bubbles in this story, like you didn't even have to have word bubbles. And Gary Frank was telling his story through his art. You knew what was going on, and I found that shit amazing. I enjoyed it. Covers on this one too is a plus, man. These covers were badass. So definitely I give it a 9.0. Josh, you got something to say about Geiger? Because I know you read a little bit about it, but you got something to say?
No, not enough to give it a fair grade. So,
got you. James, you want to say something about this book?
I could rattle a cage and say this comment. Let's see what happens when I say this. What's with all these former, like with all these DC guys writing for Image right now, like Snyder and Johns, and it seems weird,
Snyder was always writing independent. Remember, he was writing Witches when he was doing New 52.
Donnie Cates is doing it.
Yeah. I keep seeing a theme to it though. That's the thing. It's like I'm seeing like Jeff Johns doesn't like do much Image stuff. Like, is this the only Image title I've seen him do though?
I have no issue with these guys doing independent stuff because they have more freedom.
I know, but it's just one of those things.
But I see what James is getting at though. He's right. Jeff Johns seems like an oddball doing independent.
That's the thing.
It's like Jim Lee doing something independent. Like it doesn't really, even though he's the founder of Image, if you see him do it now, it doesn't really match with him. You think of him, you think DC.
You notice a theme though. That's the thing. It's like I see Snyder. I know Snyder did Witches and all this stuff, but it's like now though. It's like you're seeing like Snyder doing Nocterra now, and Johns has got Geiger. I didn't know this was written by Johns until today. But I mean, like I'll pick it up. I'll read it. It just seems kind of odd just seeing it's like. DC guys starting to do Image titles a little bit now.
Zdarsky, Cates.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get
DC, Marvel too, bro.
Let's move on.
All right, we're gonna move on because my man's trying to rattle the cage, but he can't take the cage. He can't take the movement. You know what I mean? So
that's right. King always trying to rattle cages, yo. Get up out of here.
All right, but I'm the only one who read Nottingham.
Got you.
Nottingham issue number 2. I'm gonna grade this one. I'm gonna give this one a 9.4, man. A 9.4. It's been a good read so far. I'm the issue 1, 2. I'm digging it, man. I want more. I want more. Like I want to read issue 3 right now, bro. Like I'm interested to know what's going on right now. So yeah, along with that, with the art is not like something that you would expect all the time, like what you see. It's a little different. Kind of give me of that a little bit of a Scotty Young vibe of like Grim Fairy, not Grim Fairy Tale, Fairyland. Fuck Fairyland. Kind of like that a little bit. So yeah, man, I'm digging it. I'm liking it. And 9.4. So we're going there. From there, we're going to Batman 107. Josh, what do you give Batman 107?
I'm gonna give it a 7. I think this was probably one of the weaker issues. Still not a bad issue. Just nothing really great about it. Probably it just feels like a lead up to 108, which should probably be a big issue, or hopefully it will be a big issue.
Jeff Johns needs something to do after the trash Stargirl show. Yo, Stargirl show was pretty dope, Patrick Ball. That shit was dope. And it was dope. Psychoholic Comics. That's my man To Be in Phoenix, man. What's going on, To Be in Phoenix? What's up, bro?
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. So nobody else read Batman, right? So
no.
I'm
intrigued. Yeah,
I didn't give my grade. I'm gonna give it an 8. This was it was like a filler issue, like Josh said, but you got to see a little bit of Harley. Even though you like Josh said, I agree what he says about Harley, how she's a little bit lost with her character, or DC's not fitting her right. It was good to see her though. It was good to see her, and it was fun to see her because how she thinks, and she's the next Robin, like she's the next sidekick of Batman, and she thinks she's doing good or whatever. And and her introduction with Ghostmaker was pretty dope, and we got to see a little bit about Ghostmaker too on the second story of this book. A little bit more about him. So it was pretty good. I give it an 8. With that, and James, keep doing your thing, man. Jorge Jimenez, keep doing your art, man. All right. So last book we're going to grade, man. It's going to be Nocterra. Is it the last book? Yes, it is. Nocterra issue number 2. Biggs, what do you say about this?
I enjoyed it. I like it. There is something familiar about it. You know what I mean? So, I hope it doesn't turn too familiar. But I digged it. I read issue one. Read issue two. Like the artwork. I like the writing. I like Scott Snyder's style of writing. You could tell it's him. When he writes. Yeah, I give this, like I said, still not enough for me to give it a 9.8 yet because we're only 2 issues in. So I'll give it a 9.4 for now because it's there's nothing for me to complain about it. So 9.4 is near meant to me.
I got you. James, what do you give it?
Absolute 9.4, no doubt. Like I like Scott Snyder's writing, even with Batman, like New 52 Batman and so forth. But like I haven't read anything of his stuff lately until I read Nocterra, and Nocterra shows he hasn't lost it. I mean, long as it pays off, I'm fine with it because, like I said, I sort of like that whole vibe between Cyborg and Pitch Black and Road Warrior kind of feel to it. So as long as it keeps going, I'm buying this thing. 9.4, no doubt.
All right, dope, man. Josh,
I'm gonna give it a 9.2. I think I gave the first one a 9.4, maybe a 9.6. I can't remember. Again, I thought it was not as great as the first one, but still very, very good. Tony Daniel, enough cannot be said about his artwork on this book.
Yes.
I mean, if I had to choose now, like who I would give, interior artist, even maybe cover artist of the year to, it's him right now, without a doubt in my mind. It's the artwork is just so good, and like the guys were saying, Snyder seems to be back on track with this one. Hopefully he can keep. I'm really hoping he keeps it up with this. So 9.2.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback what Josh was saying. Yeah, most improved artist right now is Tony Daniel. Like with his storytelling ability, it's very, very well improved.
Definitely, man. And just me, Mike. I'm a graded 9.4. 9.4. Issue one was dope. It's Scott Snyder. Whenever he finds that artist, and Tony Daniel is a great artist. So you've seen him do great Batman work. Dude, Snyder, Jock with that Black Mirror storyline was dope. Capullo, Snyder, dope team up. Snyder with Tony Daniel, dope team up here. So Snyder's is just finding these amazing artists and killing it. Next thing you know is gonna be Scott Snyder and Stegman. We never know. You know what I mean? That'd be dope. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give this one a 9.4, and that's our new Combo Day review, man, for this week. And so that's our show today, man. Again, man, I want to give a shout out to Mike Morello from CBSI for a dope list of comic fire of this week for New Comic Book Day. Appreciate that, Mike. Yeah, man. Let's just say our final thoughts and shout outs, man. We're gonna start off with Biggs, man.
Yo, just it was cool. Thank you for having me on today as a guest. Shout out to Broski. Don't worry, I won't be back next week, Broski. Seat is all yours, bro. Just keeping it warm for you. Just keeping it warm for you. And so you guys know the drill already. Saturday morning, Coffee and Comics, 9:30 a.m. on my channel, Home and NY Warriors. And next week, Wednesday, we're gonna get our first episode of the CBCS Hot List by Eric Norton. So, no more coming soon. Will be next Wednesday. The video should drop around 11 a.m. I would say, on Wednesday. So look forward to that. It'll be our first episode with our venture with CBCS Comics. So that's pretty dope. Pretty excited about that. And that's it. I got nothing else to say. Also, and check out our brother, Keep It Thoro Comics tonight. He does a chop up. I'm not sure if it's 10 a.m. Sometimes he goes 10:30. Who knows? But check, keep your lights on. You'll know.
Definitely.
You'll know when we know. We find out at the same time.
Yo, James.
Hey, once again, just so you guys know, I put the link for Mad Cave Studios in the chat. So if you guys aren't able to get yourself a copy, next time around, here's your opportunity right now. Go ahead and get yourself a copy. Another one of the books, guys. Appreciate it. Josh, Biggs, thanks for stepping in. We found you, Biggs. Joker, I just did a unboxing just recently on my channel, so I'll put the link in that chat. You guys feel free to check it out, and that's about it, guys.
Definitely, guys, man. Everybody that you listen, all my boys' links is in the description. You got James, Josh, Biggs, Gomez, everybody, Doom, Erod, all my Warrior brothers. We got 3 Men in the Base, Pressable Defects. Just sub them up, follow them up, man, and you already know. Definitely, there you go, man. Josh.
Yeah, I don't really have any much to say. I'm not really doing anything other than all the normal stuff with all of us and the Savages. Nothing on my channel, not for a couple weeks probably. But yeah, everybody have a good weekend. Should be nice, and well, at least on the East Coast, it'll be nice this weekend.
Definitely. Man. Charles Me Comics, appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. And also, guys, if y'all don't know, man, tomorrow night at 8 p.m., guys, here in the same channel, guys, get ready for Friday Night FOC with East Meets West. Brought to you by CBSI, man. So definitely check that out, man. We got dope list coming up, so stay tuned for that. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on this channel is going to be CBSI's Friday Night FOC with East Meets West. Their list, man, is going to be here first on YouTube. Their list is going to be on, I think, after what is it, Saturday, right? If I'm not mistaken. So stay tuned for that, guys, man. Again, too, at the same time, man. Shout out to Thoro, man. Check out the Indie Spotlight too with Thoro, man, on Tuesdays. All right, guys. If y'all new to this, make sure y'all subscribe, y'all like, and all that stuff. At the same time, man, let us know in the comments, man. What was your favorite cover from Cover Fire? What was your favorite read? What was your favorite book pickup this week, man, to read? So yeah. Other than that, man,
no chop up tonight, everybody.
Oh no,
no chop.
Okay.
No chop. All
right.
There you go, man. So
you know what's a good suggestion too? If there's a specific book that you guys want us to read or review, they should put in the comments. For next week.
Let us know.
Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Yeah, good idea, man. Let us know what you want us to review for next.
I mean, I'm not here with you, but I'm just saying, I'm giving y'all my work. But I think it's dope.
That's a great idea.
Thanks for making this work, Biggs. Thank you.
I read fucking 3 comic books today. I enjoyed it though. You know what I mean? So
definitely, man. But everybody, man, in the chat, man, appreciate you stopping by, man. Yeah, man. Other than that, man, we'll see y'all tomorrow with the FOC and our live podcast show on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern here on this channel, guys. All right. So yeah, other than that, peace.
Peace.